The world of retail is changing, and with it, the technology is changing too. I'm joined today by Florian, who is the Managing Director of Invidis Consulting. Florian, it's great to be with you.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to be here. We know that retail is a growing market at the moment, so much so that it's part of the 4 tracks here at ISE. We've obviously got AI, audio sustainability, and cybersecurity. Why is retail so important to be up with those big names?
Very simple, because when you look at the digital signage market, 50% of the digital signage market is retail. So it's by far the most important vertical market. That's the reason why we have this dedicated retail track. And I think that's also what makes ISE so special. You know, when ISE started, it was really about for the pro AV industry, for some end customers. And now we're really trying to reach out, to get as many retailers as possible. So what do we do this year? We're working together with the Retail Association of Barcelona. So they have 7,000 members, and we invited them, to come over here to just enjoy the show floor, but they need some guidance. Because as a retailer, the first time you come to ISE, it's a little bit overwhelming, as you can imagine. You see all these LED screens and everything, it's just too much. So we give them guidance. And as you know, digital signage is not just about technology, it's a lot about content, it's about connecting data and everything. So for half a day, we do really like a fast walkthrough, through how does digital signage work, what does it need, how do you manage content, and obviously one of the boom topics in digital signage, retail media networks, the advertising stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that the world of retail has changed dramatically over the last few years. The rise of online shopping, retail, it seems to me, is becoming more experience-based. And that's where the technology really starts to shine. Some people are even describing it as a mega trend. And in your mind, what do you think are the key drivers in the retail market at the moment?
Well, if you go on high street, obviously you see the great flagship stores with experiential stuff or so, but that doesn't scale, and it's just you do 2 or 3 of them in a city. In London you have them, somewhere, but not throughout the country. So as a brand, you have a flagship store, you invest heavily in a big LED and experience, nothing immersive, and what you really want to do in retail, in stationary retail, is to create emotions for a brand. It's very difficult to create emotions online on a website. But it's much easier when you have a physical space, where can people interact with the product, where you have huge video walls, where you can play with sound, with great footage and everything. So that's why it works so well. But if you look at the vast majority of digital signage projects in retail, it's about highly scalable, standard stuff. It's informing customers, and it's promotion. And at the end of the day, maybe it's also, some other stuff, But it's really about, having scalable stuff. That's what really driving digital signage. And Tesco is a great example. Tesco, for example, they decided to roll out 6,000 large format screens in more or less in 1 year for retail media, because they want to advertise, They want to make sure that they reach out to their clients, and they have this great loyalty program, so they know exactly what kind of, people are coming what time in the store, so they can really play out, perfectly, targeted advertisement. And they can measure it at the checkout. 10 minutes later, if the advertising worked or not.
Yeah, and that's becoming so much more important to how data is gathered with these companies. But you've got to remember that no market is without its challenge, right? What are the biggest challenge that's facing the retail market at the moment?
Well, it's the business case of stores doesn't work anymore, or at least not for many retailers. So it works in big cities, it works in some high streets, but not across the country. So it's really about finding out the right store concept for the right audience at the right place. And so you need to have a modular digital signage concept, with some large screens, in big city stores, and some smaller, more efficient ones, cheaper ones, in small. But at the end of the day, you need to have some screens, because it doesn't matter if you're on the countryside or in a big city, you want to reach out with the same message. And the customer journey usually starts always online, so you want to make sure it's a seamless customer journey, same information, same time. That's really relevant.
Of course, and there is no other side of a market that's more hand in hand with retail than digital signage. We have to talk about it. You've been very active with the Digital Signage Summit. Can you tell me a bit about what's been going on with that?
Oh, absolutely. We have a big conference coming here up at ISE tomorrow. So on Wednesday, we have like a 5-hour conference. We do that already for 19 years now. So it's been a tradition, half day, and really giving all the insights at the beginning of the year. So it's always the first time where we share the numbers of last year, so people know how they fared, compared to the competition. We will show latest trends. Not surprisingly, AI is one of the main topics. And the second main topic is managed services. Because we believe the industry is really changing from hardware and software to managed services, where you just pay on a monthly fee, and really, it's a different role, because digital signage becomes business critical. and that means it needs to work. It's not nice to have, but it's business critical.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how those topics evolve at the summit. I look forward to seeing you there. Florian, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.